I do ask for apologies there. The sound was not on. I'm going to take you through the 23 of each side again. In case you missed it there, it's Steenekamp, Van der Merwe, Low, Vermaak, Nokia, Van Staden, Low, and Hanekom, who make up the forward pack for the Bulls. At 9 to 15, we've got Papier, Goosen, Orense, Foster, Kriel, Kanan Moody, and the ever-present Willie Leroux. We want to welcome everyone who's tuned in. My microphone was on mute. I do apologize for that discrepancy there. And we are going to have a rugby journey this afternoon. Do give your score predictions in the comments section here on Forever Rugby and Forever Sports. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. From myself, it's going to be a great pleasure to take you through this journey as we move on to the substitute 16 to 23 for the Bulls. Grobler, Matanzima, Klopper, Ludwig, Nizamkar, Keegan Johannes, Chris Smith, and Sebastian de Klerk. For the Benetton side, 1 to 15 is Gaio, Lucchesi, Ferrari, Scrafton, Eli Snyman, Isakor, Negri, and Konone, who make up the forward pack. 9 to 15 is Uren, Marine, Rotave, Brex, Menoncello, Mendy, and Smith at 15. We're going to go through the substitute bench from 16 to 23. Bernasconi, Aminu, Pasquale, Iakizi, Halafihi, Garbisi, Albornoz, and Zenon, who make up the substitute bench for Benetton. Whilst my mic was muted and I was talking there, I was just mentioning that it's a must-win for the Bulls here if they have any aspirations of securing a home place playoff in the URC. There's only 2 rounds left, of course. Next weekend we have the Challenge and Champions Cup, respectively. The Sharks are involved in that. And then the following weekend will, of course, be the final round where the Bulls will go to Durban to play the Sharks. Importantly for the Lions, as they are still in the hunt as well as the South African side, they'll be hoping the Bulls get over the line to keep Benetton at bay and not climbing up the table. So home ground advantage can play in the favour of the Bulls here this afternoon. It's going to be a very, very exciting clash here at Loftus Versfeld, and it's always a pleasure to have the fans tune in on Forever Rugby and Forever Sports. My humble apologies for the audio. That's on me, but we're almost underway here and everything is going according to plan. It's sunny skies at Loftus, so we're in for some running rugby, I'm sure. The Bulls are full of enterprising players who can really do the business if they want to attack from anywhere, but I'm sure Jake White and his men, no doubt, have a set plan to deal with Benetton. They've had a good season. They're in the mix, but they know they're going to be up against it here at Loftus as the Bulls come marching out onto the field, led by their captain, Ruan Nokia. The likes of Marco van Staden, Elrich Low, and Cameron Hanekom will no doubt be busy in that loose trio. And we look forward to the likes of Willie Leroux opening up that backline, setting the likes of Kurt Lee Orense and Kanan Moody free to do what they do best and score some tries. The Bulls will do the business. If they can get 5 points here, it'll go a long way in their aspirations. It's been a long season. They came up short in the Champions Cup, of course. But no doubt this is the one they're focusing on as a must-win. Your home games, of course, you want to get over the line. And the referee this afternoon, Holly Davidson, not Harley Davidson, Holly Davidson, the lady in charge with the whistle who will oversee proceedings here at Loftus Versfeld. The main grandstand is full. It's not a packed house at Loftus, but no doubt the intensity will be there. The Bulls will be kicking off from right to left via Johan Goosen, who's come back successfully after serving his suspension. And he'll no doubt play an important role as we get underway here at Loftus. First felt, it's Johan Goosen who goes deep and immediately gathered by Benetton there, and it's Marine who puts it deep into the Bulls territory, and it's gone up in response by the Bulls. And Marine gathers the up and under, but under deep pressure here are Benetton, and it's going to be a scrum down to the Bulls. They just couldn't hold on to it there. It was the right winger, Mendy, who just couldn't hold on to that pass from Marine there. And the Bulls will have a scrum down just inside the 22 of Benetton here, and their first real opportunity to attack. 15 meters in from this left-hand touchline. The engine room is where the job gets done. You can't set up any attacking platform if you don't do the business up front. And it's Steenkamp, Akka van der Merwe and Wilco Low, the front row, who want to get a good hit here on the scrum as Ambrose Papier waits to feed. The Bulls in possession now. It's a strong set, and the Bulls go marching on. It's a solid scrum. It's at the back of the feet of Cameron Honeycomb. The Bulls looking to drive and power their way forward, playing under advantage from the referee now, as immediately the ball goes wide to Kanan Moody. It's a free play here for the Bulls. They're 15 meters in from this right-hand touchline. And immediately the tackler on that occasion, Rotave, not rolling away after tackling Kanan Moody. They had an initial advantage, but they'll play from this second one. 2 consecutive penalties against Benetton there. But it's Rotave who went in to bring down Kanan Moody and just got trapped on the wrong side there, really not making an effort to roll away. And immediately the Bulls put the ball into the corner, 5 meters out from this right-hand touchline. It's Ulrich Low who takes the ball cleanly. Akka van der Merwe at the back of the maul. It's going to be a power game here from the Bulls. Inching forward. The referee looking on with eager anticipation, calling for them to use it, and immediately Ambrose Papier to Moody. Kanan Moody! It is over! That's a try for the right winger, and the Bulls are on the board early here at Loftus. Ambrose Papier at the corner of his eye saw Kanan Moody coming in, looking for work off his right wing, and immediately gets his name on the score sheet early on here at Loftus. And it must be said, kind of the perfect start for the Bulls here. No doubt they'll be chasing the bonus point. And there's try number 1, 3 to go. Kanan Moody, you beauty. 5-0 to the Bulls with the conversion to come from Johan Goosen. The conversion is good. Make that 7 points in favor of the Bulls early on here at Loftus. Wonderful work from Kanan Moody. Coming off his right wing, taking the short pass from Ambrose Papier. And it's try time as Benetton get us underway with the restart. It's deep into the 22, and immediately Ulrich Low looks to take contact, regathering the restart there. Ambrose Papier digging and shaping with the kick from the base. It's high, it's contestable. Curtly Orange is there, who wants it? It looks like the South African Reno Smith, the fullback, managed to get hands on ball there. And Benetton come charging on here. In possession here, just inside the Bulls' half. The scrum off, Huren looks to feed his support. It's play on. Curtly Lawrence is away. No, says the referee there. It was knocked on in the process by the Bulls. So we're going to come back for a scrum down to Benetton. We saw in that first scrum, Benetton not having it their own way at all. The Bulls initially getting advantage with that early scrum. Can they hold up here, Benetton? It was just a hand in there from Ambrose Papier. And we thought for all money there, Curtly Lawrence was away. But just a slight handling error there, gifting Benetton possession here. 15 meters in from this left-hand touchline, just inside the Bulls' half. Benetton to feed via Uren. And the scrum goes straight down. Tough work in the scrum for the referee to manage the situation. But the referee just making a point. You've got to keep it stable. You've got to keep it up. Both sides going down there. But do give your score prediction in the comment section. You're in to feed. The scrum reset here for Benetton. Can they make something happen? And immediately a penalty by the referee in favour of Benetton there. Having no patience at scrum time. The Bulls going down, and it's going to be a penalty and kick into touch. Subsequently there from the fly half. Marine at number 10, who puts it out about 15 meters out from the Bulls try line here. A line out set play. I think it was Wilco Lowe who was pinned there by the referee. Benetton with the line out feed via Lucchesi. And they go for a maul of their own. Can the Bulls hold out here? Going nowhere for the moment, this driving maul. As Uren looks to free up. Brex, the inside centre, hits it up hard. It's Lucchesi now, the hooker, taking it short. Off the scrum off as Benetton look to build here. Uren again to Canone. He's brought to ground by Marco van Staden. It's Marine who takes it up the fly half. Kanan Moody in there to defend. The Bulls only 8 meters out from their own try line, but defending for dear life here. Uren looking for support. Marine looking to break clear, but well tackled there by Akafanameva as they look to shift it towards this right-hand side. They're just off centre field here. Playing down this right-hand side. Lucchesi's driven back, but under advantage from the referee, Holly Davidson. And the Bulls are offside at ruck time, penalty time, and decision time here. For Benetton, they know this game is not going to be 1 in 3s immediately. Marine gets the call from the captain to put it into touch on this right-hand touchline, 5 meters out. Will we see a deja vu situation with the driving maul here? It was Harold Foster on that occasion, just caught being offside at ruck time, a little bit over eager. The ball goes loose. There's an opportunity there now. It's free for Johan Goosen. Looking to kick it ahead. The chase is on, and Reno Smith wins the race for Benetton, but he's trapped here. They've gone all but 70 meters back. And the Bulls desperately looking to hold him up. It's going to be a Bulls scrum. Wonderful work there from Curtly Lawrence amongst others. Elrich Lowe in there. The regather after the kick ahead from Johan Goosen was from Reno Smith. The chase was on. He managed to get back in time, but then he couldn't get a knee to the ground. And the Bulls will have a scrum down. They managed to hold him up there. The line out went iffy for Benetton. They looked for a man at the back, but it was Goosen who had the presence of mind to kick it ahead. And then just holding up Reno Smith, not allowing it to become a tackle. And the Bulls all of a sudden have 70 meters, 75 meters of territorial gain with this scrum. Almost just about where the first scrum was for the Bulls. They've had a penalty against them at scrum time, so they'll be looking to fix that one. But they're just outside the 22, 15 meters in from this left-hand touchline at Sambros Papier. And the referee calls for an early hit from Benetton. It's going to be a free kick to the Bulls. And interestingly enough, no surprises, the Bulls have called for another scrum from that free kick, which in due course, of course, will be a thing of the past. World Rugby set out a mandate that taking a scrum from a free kick will no longer be possible. So I say enjoy it while you can, and the Bulls looking to enjoy it here with the feed from Ambrose Papier. This time around a more steady set, and it's Papier who wants to take it, but Cameron Honeycomb breaks away with ball in hand and feeds Marco van Staden, who finds Harold Foster is brought to ground, but the Bulls playing quickly here. It's Steenekamp charging on the loose head. Elwig Low, industrious as ever. Kurt Lawrence are going in to secure the ball at ruck time as the Bulls come again. They want to get points in this area of the field known as the danger zone. Benetton not looking to commit too many at ruck time. But the Bulls hot on attack here. Kurt Lawrence from Ambrose Papier. It's quick ball. They're only 5 meters out. But just a little bit stagnant for the moment on attack as Aka van der Merwe looks to charge ahead. Bumping off a couple. The Bulls now via Goosen. It's intercepted by Reno Smith. On the last moment, Goosen looking for Kanan Moody. But just not finding him, finding the hands of Reno Smith, who saves the day for Benetton there. There was some space to get the ball out to Moody, but wonderful anticipation there from the fullback of Benetton. $14 minutes in, the Bulls who lead 7 points to 0 here. Time off for the moment, just some attention to some of the players. It's a hot afternoon here at Loftus. Looks like Johan Goosen's getting some attention. It will be a line-out throw to the Bulls. Reno Smith did go into touch. Will we see another driving maul here? Aka van der Merwe to feed the line-out. We're only about 7 meters out. To Ruanuk here it goes as Marco van Staden breaks away and feeds Harold Foster. The Bulls playing down this right-hand blind side. Papier to Elwig Low. The Bulls come charging on. Marco van Staden is brought to ground. We're only 5 meters out. Creeping forward inch by inch. Looking to unlock this defense. It's Foster who goes in. Papier fumbles, but it's gone backwards, says the referee. Playing down this left-hand side, it's Ruan Nokia. They must release the tackled player, surely. Ambrose Papier on the last moment looked like he lost it forward. Wanting to dive over the line. And just on that moment, losing control of the ball there. He saw a little bit of space. Had David Kriel on his outside, wanted to go on his own, but just couldn't hold on to it. He'd be disappointed with himself there. But the Bulls still in the right area of the field, although they've conceded possession here. Just not able to keep control there. Ambrose Papier. But it's still a converted try to the Bulls here, who lead by 7-0. Benetton will have a scrum down 5 meters from their own try line, 5 meters in from this left-hand touch line. Surely looking for an exit strategy. Surely now. As time is back on here. The Bulls will look to put pressure on here at scrum time. Benetton get it via Kononi at number 8, 2 breaks away from the scrum there. The Bulls looking for a strong counter ruck. But they do secure possession, and it's Uren at number 9. Just rallying his troops so he can get a better angle here. They're 15 meters out from this left-hand touchline, 3 meters out from their own try line, and it's Uren, who no doubt will shape with the kick from the base here, just to relieve some pressure. It's high, it's Currie Lawrence who gathers it and plays quickly. Kanan Moody, who's got a try already, looks to free it up for David Kriel. The Bulls playing positive rugby here. They're inside the 22. Papier to Huisen. For Mark Akafanameva. To Currie Lawrence. He can step you in a phone booth. Steenkamp. It's all happening at a rate of knots. Ulrich Lowe takes it in again as the Bulls keep possession, stay in the right areas of the field. But some wonderful defense from Benetton. How long can they hold out? For Mark takes it off. Ambrose Papier. It can open up here for the Bulls now. Marco van Staden to Currie Lawrence. Finds support on his inside. Wonderful vision there. And it's try time for the Bulls. It wasn't a matter of if. It was just a matter of when. And it's David Kriel who goes over for try number 2. Wonderful work there from the Springbok left winger. They used the width of the field. Marco van Staden to Currie Lawrence. And the one-handed offload to Kriel on his inside in support. Makes for good viewing if you're a South African or Bulls fan. The Bulls up to double figures. It's 12-0 as we approach the end of the first quarter of this game. The Bulls coming away with points. That's what they need to do. Huisen has kicked one already. Makes no mistake with the conversion. It's sailing. And over. 14-0. The Vodacom Bulls lead here at Loftus. And this is the kind of rugby Jake White wants to see. You get into the right areas of the field. You take your points. And the scoreboard and everything else will sort itself out. And the Vodacom Bulls lead by 14 points to 0. As Marine, the fly-off, restarts deep into the Bulls 22. It's Elrich Lowe. Never shy of taking it up. He's brought down just outside the 22, so they'll have to keep it in. It's Papier who puts it high from the base. It's Curtly Orenser who chases. It's Curtly Orenser who gathers. That's the dedication. As Ambrose Papier puts over a lovely kick that goes rippling into the 22 of Benetton. And in fact, it's a 50-22 and the pressure now already on. Benetton stuck inside their own 22 again here. The Bulls hot on the attack. But a wonderful little kick over the top. The bounce of the ball gifted the Bulls a 50-22 as Foster takes it off from the line out and takes it up. He's brought to ground. It's advantage to the Bulls here. Another opportunity. High tackle there, surely on Marco van Staden. The Bulls only 8 meters out. Goosen to Orenser. Breaking one, breaking two. Can he get over? Curtly Orenser had a try assist about 2 minutes ago. Has got a try of his own. And the little left winger shows you that size doesn't matter. It's the heart that counts. The intensity, the passion, the will to get over the line was there from Curtly Orenser. And the Bulls running rampant here at Loftus. A lovely little short pass. Broke 2 tackles, fended off another. And then still managed to get the ball down. Brilliant stuff from Curtly Orenser. Brilliant stuff from the Vodacom Bulls. And that's 19 points to 0 with the conversion to come. No doubt this game is not going to be 1 in 3s. This time around, the conversion unsuccessful from Johan Goosen. But what worked there from Curtly Orenser? The leg drive, the upper body strength, the fend, the try. Deja vu moment, Marine kicking off deep into the 22. This time around, it's Ambrose Papier who collects and puts it into touch between the Bulls' 10-meter and halfway marks. A good touch-finding clearance there. As we see Menoncello coming off the field, there's an early injury. And it's Zanon who's on for Benetton there. Not ideal for them. But they have possession now. And a big hit from Kanan Moody there, forcing Benetton backwards. They stuck on their own 10-meter mark. The Bulls playing with vigor, intensity, looking for that points difference, no doubt. As we reach the final stages of this URC season. 5 points on the card here for the Bulls. But from the base there, it's Uren who puts it high. And it's Curtly Orenser who just can't gather the ball there. And it's going to be a scrum down to Benetton there. Just lost forward by Curtly Orenser. Just in the process of trying to regather the ball, Curtly Orenser lost it forward. But it's a penalty, in fact, to the Bulls. The referee judging. It was played in the air. So the decision has been changed. The Bulls are going to put it into touch via Johan Goosen. And they are on the attack there. They looked at the big screen. Although he lost it forward, he was taken in the air. And thus the Bulls have a penalty here. Via Aka van der Merwe to feed the line out. On the 10-meter mark of Benetton here. The Bulls go charging on. Benetton surely can't defend. For the bulk of this game, it's going to take the wind out of their sails. They are at altitude as the Bulls come away with it via Kanan Moody. Just slips as he tries to get away there. Papier to Goosen, the Bulls over the advantage line. Who wants it? Willie Leroux. Finds a little bit of space. Finds Ruan Nokia. He stretches his long legs. And that's what Willie Leroux will do. He has the vision. The X-ray vision to see the space on the field. And within 24 minutes, the Bulls have their bonus point try. It looked a bit static for the moment, but Willie Leroux unlocking the defense, finding support in Ruan Nokia. And happy days for the Bulls. You can see what it means to the fans as they get their bonus point try. It's under the sticks. It should be an easy 2 here, but the Bulls running rampant here at Loftus. Scoring tries at will. Benetton, up to this point, have had absolutely no answer. As Goosen adds the extra 2, the Bulls up by 26 points to 0. It'd be interesting to know your score predictions now. Do give it in the comments section. Is there a way back for Benetton here? Will the Bulls go on and put this game well beyond doubt, even before half-time? We know a lot can happen in 40 minutes. But when the substitutes come on as well, it can tend to fragment the respective teams. And the team on top at the moment is the Bulls, full of confidence here as they get the restart. Ambrose Papier inside his 22. He has the safety of the touchline. Shapes with the kick. Just in field as Marine. The fly-off looks to take it up. Benetton now with precious position. They've got to get themselves into the game here. Uren from 9. Feeds his fly-off. Feeds his inside centre. Bricks. Now it's to Gajo. Benetton looking to come away with it. Lucchesi wants to do it on his own. Loses possession of the ball in the process of being tackled. But a real promising moment for Benetton comes to nothing there. He did have support on his inside. Lucchesi, the hooker, charging upfield down this left-hand touchline. Got away from Steenekamp. But it was Kurt-Lee Orens and Johan Goosen teaming up there, and in the process causing the error of him losing the ball forward. That charging run upfield has taken a lot out of him. "28 minutes gone here. The Bulls just about scoring a point a minute. But that was a moment there for Benetton. They're not going to get too many of those if they are to get back into this game. They've got to perhaps make better decisions there. As I mentioned, he had support on his inside. But it's going to be a scrum down to the Bulls. Via Ambrose Papier to feed this one. 5 meters in from this left-hand touchline, the Bulls. In possession here, it's a strong scrum. It's Cameron Honeycomb. Looks to break away. But into touch, just outside. The Bulls 22 there. An unforced error. It will be a Benetton line-out. Cameron Honeycomb looking to free up Currie Arendse there. But in the process, the ball bouncing loose, not into the hands of Currie Arendse. We know what he can do with ball in hand. And it's Benetton now who have possession from this line-out. Lucchesi. Big hit there on the replacement who came on for Menoncello. Zanon there taken to ground. The Bulls have got the ball back via Cameron Honeycomb. But Ezekiel comes away with it for Benetton. The ball transitioning from the Bulls back to Benetton here. Advantage, says the referee. As they look to free it up down this right-hand side. Reno Smith. Here's an opportunity. Here's a try. Ratave does get one and gets Benetton on the board. The left winger had the power, the pace. Onisi Ratave with the try. And that's a 5-pointer. Playing under advantage. On the half-hour mark here, it's Benetton who get their first try. Can they start believing? The Bulls, no doubt, will be disappointed with their defence there. The opportunity here for the extra 2 for Reno Smith. Adds the extra 2. It's 26 points to 7. Benetton on the board. The Bulls will have to restart now and say that was perhaps just a blip on what they've been up to so far. But it was Elrich Lowe there who had been pinned by the referee at that ruck. Trying to do too much off your feet. But it didn't matter. It was of no consequence. It's Benetton who got the try and conversion. It's 26 to 7 as Johan Goosen kicks it deep. And Reno Smith regathers. They look like they've got a bit of charge in them now, Benetton, but they're still stuck inside their own 22. The Bulls come charging in with the counter-ruck, but illegally so, says the referee. Marco van Staden on that occasion. Being pinged by the referee there. In at the side at ruck time, and Benetton relieved the pressure with the penalty kick into touch on this left-hand touchline. We've got a score prediction of 55-28 to the Bulls. We've got a score prediction of 73-0 to the Bulls. Interesting scores nonetheless. Good to know we're giving it to the Bulls on this occasion. They started well, but there's still a whole second half. And Benetton are on the board, so if you want to give a revised score prediction, or perhaps you're just waiting to see how the first half pans out here, you're welcome to give it in the comment section. The Sharks, of course, in that Challenge Cup final against Gloucester next weekend. As we see here, hashtag Plumtree must go. They had a very, very average start in the URC, but in the Challenge Cup, it must be said, they've gone on and done the business. They could perhaps find themselves in the Champions Cup next year by winning the Challenge Cup. So not a bad return after that start to the season. No doubt would have liked them involved in the URC. But it's still the Bulls here who have an opportunity for home ground advantage. They've got the bonus point. They've just got to keep on doing the business. It's Benetton in possession here. Centre field on their own 10-meter mark. Driven back by Steenekamp there. Making a big hit, but it's Urein to Marine, who puts it straight down the centre. And it's Johan Goosen, who's back in cover there, who puts it into touch safely and into the territory of Benetton here. So a good pressure relieving kick there from Johan Goosen, forcing Benetton to play from within their own half here. There's only 5 minutes until half time. 3 out of 4 converted tries in favour of the Bulls here. Puts them ahead by 26 points to 7. That solitary converted try from Onisi Ratave, giving Benetton something to show for their efforts. They haven't had much of it their own way in terms of territory, and it's the Bulls here on the 10-meter mark of Benetton, and they come away with it via Harold Foster, who frees up Kanan Moody. Kanan Moody! Kanan Moody is over! What a try! Couple of phases after winning the line out against the throw. And the Bulls get their 5th try and say, well, you got one, Benetton. We'll take the 5th one. Thank you very much. The line out went astray. Akka van der Merwe fed Elrich low, gaining some valuable post-contact meters. And then they changed the direction. They did a compass. A lovely ball to Harold Foster, who found the space. And he had the presence of mind to find Kanan Moody. And I'll tell you what, when Kanan Moody's away, it's a 5-pointer just like that. The young Springbok World Cup winner, invaluable for this Bulls side, has given Johan Goosen a bit of a difficult angle on the conversion. And this time around, shaving the right hand upright. 3 minutes to go before half time. It's the Bulls who lead by 31 points to 7. And I just want to have a look at the rest of the fixtures this afternoon here on Forever Rugby and Forever Sports. It's the Lions at 4 o'clock and the Stormers later on this evening at 6 o'clock. The Stormers, of course, away to Connacht. The Lions up against Glasgow Warriors. The Lions at home, of course. Glasgow Warriors, the table toppers. The Bulls overcoming them last weekend. Can the Lions do themselves a favour? And no doubt the Bulls and the Stormers, by getting one over the Glasgow Warriors, it's not going to be an easy feat. So unfortunately, those are the games this afternoon that is scheduled here on Forever Rugby as the referee blows a whistle. Benetton were in possession. Marco van Staden lazily running back in defence. The scrum half cleverly throwing the ball into his back. And a penalty as a result from the referee here, as Marine will no doubt put it into touch, perhaps get something for their effort here. As I mentioned, they've had precious little possession. in this first half, particularly in the right areas of the field, to effect any sort of points. But this is a real opportunity here for Benetton. 5-6 meters out on this right-hand touchline, 7 meters out. It's Lucchesi to feed as they look for the driving maul here. The Bulls holding firm on defense. They don't want to concede another try before half-time. The referee on the spot to manage this maul. But Benetton go charging on. And it's try time. It is Lucchesi who breaks away. The efforts from Kanan Moody in vain there. And the Bulls concede just before half-time. A little boost of confidence for Benetton there. Right in this right-hand corner. It's the hooker who goes over. It looked static for a moment. The Bulls were defending well. But then it just broke off on this blind side. As they started to make headway to the try line, it's Lucchesi. Kanan Moody trying his best efforts there. But head down from the hooker, charging over for the try. And that will bring us into half-time. We just await the conversion here and the potential extra 2 from the South African Reno Smith, who's been plying his trade for a good couple of seasons now at Benetton, well settled in there. The man entrusted with the kicking duties. Shapes for the kick, it's sailing, and Reno Smith immediately picks up the tee. It's over. It's 31 points to 14 in favor of the Bulls here at half-time. To go and get your refreshments. We'll be back for the second half of this exciting clash here at Loftus. If you know of anybody who'd want to be tuned in for a good game of rugby on this rugby journey in the URC here on Forever Rugby and Forever Sports, share the link with them. Let's get them tuned in and let's go on this journey together. I'll be back for the second half. See you in just a little bit. Hello and welcome back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And we're underway with the second half of this URC clash between the Vodacom Bulls and Benetton. The Bulls lead by 31 points to 14. 5 tries, plays 2, and it's Benetton who hit back to get into double figures just on the stroke of half time and give themselves a puncher's chance in this game. We know a lot can happen, but obviously the Bulls in a comfortable lead at the moment, more than or just about 3 scores clear here. It's Benetton who have all the work to do as they kick off. The Bulls return the kick and Benetton come driving on just into the Bulls half here via Lucchesi, who scored that try, and it's Uren who feeds his inside centre. Bricks, who's brought to ground, but they keep possession here. They've gone back a few meters. They're just about on halfway now, playing down this left-hand side. In possession, Ratave, who's got a try already, puts it ahead. Has he put just too much on it? Yes, he has. And they're going to come back for a scrum in favour of the Bulls there, but Benetton coming out hot here in the second half. But as a result of that kick having too much weight on it, the Bulls will have a scrum down here just inside their own 10-metre mark, 5 metres in from this left-hand touchline. Time off for the moment. Looks like some blood to one of the Benetton players. He's being attended to. Scott Scrafton, the lock forward, who took a knock there. We'll need him for the scrum, no doubt. Jake White looking on eagerly. As it stands, the Bulls will move into second spot on the table, just behind Munster. Glasgow, of course, away to the Lions later on, of course, and then the team that still has to play and can make headway to the top of the log is Leinster, who play Ulster later on. The Sharks are playing Cardiff, but they're playing for pride pretty much in the URC. Out of contention for the top 8, it's the Lions, who will no doubt have one eye on this game. Of course, they've got to have all their attention on their match. To beat the Glasgow Warriors is not going to be any easy feat. But they can do themselves a lot of favours, having this game go their way and then obviously control their own game, put themselves in playoff contention as Nizam Carr breaks away from the scrum for the Bulls. We're back underway here via Ambrose Papier, who puts it high for Kanan Moody to chase. It's loose. It's Nokia who gets the little flick on to Ambrose Papier. To Wilco Lowe, who goes charging ahead. The Bulls inside Benetton's half here. In possession. Benetton not committing anyone, should I say, at ruck time. Looking for feet on the ground in defence. Foster looks to fend off one. The Bulls secure possession. The ball's gone loose. It's Wilco Lowe who picks up the scrap ball. Aka van der Merwe, Marco van Staden and Ruan Nokia go in there to secure the ball. All in unison. It's Papier to Willie Leroux, who puts it high. This time it's Curtly Oren, so we know he's good under the high ball. It's loose. It's Reno Smith who comes away with it. And Benetton have a platform to attack here. Is a call up to the Bulls' 10-metre mark. 31 points to 14 in favour of the Bulls. Marine, the fly-off, is brought to ground. Kanone takes it up. Marco van Staden making a nuisance of himself. The referee says leave it. Advantage to Benetton here. Elrich Lowe couldn't help himself there. Negri takes it up and away. Wow, lovely little chip ahead here. And the Bulls via David Kriel managed to rescue the situation there. Thomas Gajo there putting a lovely little chip over the top. Just didn't have the gas to take it up or get there in time. It's David Kriel who saved the day. But they're coming back for the penalty advantage and immediately put it into touch on this left-hand touchline. But enterprising play from Thomas Gajo, breaking away from that ruck. What skill from the loose head. You don't see that every day in the game of rugby. He just needed a nitrous pack there to take him quicker to that ball. It was like an elephant trudging through peanut butter. He didn't have the legs. But playing under advantage and putting the ball into touch, as nothing came of it, it's Benetton who will have a platform to attack here deep inside the Bulls 22. They're only about 9 meters out. The Bulls have to defend here. Benetton via Lucchesi go to the middle of the line out. It's a driving maul. They're going to stick to the basics. Lucchesi has it secure at the back. Steenekamp must come from the back. For the moment, the Bulls holding off. This driving maul, Ratave's gone in there. As Lucchesi breaks away, they're only 3 meters out. There's a try. Benetton right back in this. They're not here to make up the numbers. It's Andy Uren who gets the try. A lovely little shimmy from the base. And they're up to 19 points. With the conversion to come, the Bulls just not committing there at the pillar around the ruck. And the scrum half exploiting every bit of that. Wonderful work from Benetton there. They seem to be kicking into gear now. There's still a lot to play for in this game. As Reno Smith lines up his third kick of the evening. He's been successful with 2 already. The Bulls have to get themselves back into perspective in this game and not rest on their laurels. Will we see the likes of a Kanan Moody hat-trick? Light up Loftus this afternoon. For the moment, it's Reno Smith and his boot who lights up the scoreboard for Benetton. It's 31-21. And the Bulls not doing themselves any favours there with regards to points difference. Nizam Kar coming around too late to effect any sort of defence. And Uren goes over the Bulls with the restart deep to Reno Smith. Who puts it into touch just over his own 10-meter mark. To have a comment here saying the Bulls are screwing the Lions too, just like the Sharks did. The Sharks couldn't come across the board last week against Benetton. Definitely put the Lions in a compromising position as the Bulls win that scrappy line out. Papier goes in to save the day, so Aka van der Merwe has to play scrum off. Papier back to his feet. They're on halfway. They've gone back a few meters here, but Papier shapes with the kick from the base. It's Curtly Arendse. Couldn't really get to the ball there. It was Mendy who took the ball, but the referees called for obstruction in favor of the Bulls. Kanone getting in front of the man who fielded the ball, not allowing anybody to play him, which of course is not legal in the game of rugby. And they put it into touch, the Bulls here. It's Nokia who goes and takes the ball cleanly. Yaka Fanameva with the ball at the back, charging on for the Bulls here, looking for try number 6. They want to create some more distance and not let this game get too close like last week. That's exactly what they do via Aka Fanameva. Try time for the Bulls. It's 36 points to 21. And the Bulls do in fact get try number 6. Via Aka Fanameva. From the back of that maul, they kept charging on. He broke away at the end. And over for the try. Johan Goosen with the opportunity now to add the extra 2. It's hit the upright. Would you believe it? He's having a rather average day. Kicking at a good percentage in the URC this season. But that's his 3rd miss of the afternoon. The Bulls will stay at 36. To 21 here. And it's Benetton who get us underway here with just a little over half an hour to go. And they get the ball back, Benetton. And they come away with it down this right-hand side. They're up and over the 10-meter mark of the Bulls here. It's the replacement hooker, Bernasconi, who takes it up, but the Bulls have stolen it away, and it's Elrich Lowe who comes charging ahead, looking to free it up, but just can't do so. David Kriel charges upfield. He's brought to ground. Papier to Goosen, to Willie Leroux, Kurt Liorense with some space. Up and over onto the 10-meter mark of Benetton here. It's Johan Goosen who feeds Wilco Lowe, and all of a sudden it's becoming frenetic here. Kurt Liorense there had some space. You don't want to give him too much as the opposition. Just getting some attention for the moment. But it's going to be a scrum down to Benetton. Lost forward by the Bulls. Kurt Liorense has got a try assist of his own and a try. He's been full of work this afternoon. On the other wing, Kanan Moody, no doubt, has also been full of work. The value of experience the Bulls can call upon in terms of their 2 wingers. World Cup winners of note. Uren feeds the scrum and he plays this right-hand blind side. It's Zanon who takes it up. He's brought to ground. They're up to the Bulls' 10-meter mark now. Nizam Carr goes in to make a tackle. With the loose pass there, Benetton. It could cost them here. David Kriel with the fend off. And the try for the Bulls. Just like that. It's turned around in favour of the Vodacom Bulls there. One loose pass can cost you. And David Kriel makes no mistake. He's got the jet shoes. He had the fend off. And he's got the try. The Bulls up to 41 points. It looked for a moment like Benetton was starting to find their feet in this game, but the Bulls, on every occasion they could, albeit from an unforced error, have nullified that. And David Kriel, the man responsible for that 5-pointer, it's going to be Johan Goosen with the conversion attempt here. Right between the uprights, Johan Goosen makes no mistake. And it was one loose pass, pounced upon by David Kriel. He had 40 meters to go, ball in one hand. Tucked under the right arm, used the left hand as a fend, and scores the try. Elrich Lowe takes the restart for the Bulls. It's Ambrose Papier. Offside, says the referee at the restart, so it's going to be a penalty to the Bulls. Some players in front of the kicker, and the Bulls calling for a scrum here. It was the right winger Mendy, amongst other players there, just in front of the ball. Good from the referee to pick that one up, and the Bulls have called for a scrum centre field here. How are they lining up for this attack? They've got to get the scrum right first, though. Want to get a good hit here. The Bulls ahead by 43 points to 21. The comment here says the Lions will never reach the top 8 of the URC anyways, with the other SA teams stealing their talent. That is most certainly a topic of discussion around budget and how they can hold on to their players, but the Lions, no doubt, have been playing out of their skin this season, with the likes of Sanele Nohamba coming through the ranks, amongst others Q and Horn. But it's the Bulls here from the scrum who look to attack. It's Johan Goosen who frees up David Kriel. Can he find Kanan Moody? Kanan Moody gets his try! There we go! You beauty! Kanan Moody goes over for the try. And the Bulls are starting to stretch their legs here now as we approach the last quarter. Wonderful work from Kanan Moody. Scored early on. Scored in the 36th minute. And he scored again. It's a hat-trick, hat-trick, hat-trick hero. Kanan Moody. That's try number 7 for the Bulls. David Kriel, the man who's going to take the conversion attempt. He's pulled it wide. So kicking is not on song here for the Bulls this afternoon in terms of from the tee. But David Kriel heavily involved there. Could have perhaps gone on his own, but decided, Kanan Moody, my brother, go and get your hat-trick. The Bulls up to 48 points to 21. As the restart is gathered by Elrich Lowe. What a wonderful hat-trick from Kanan Moody here. Still so young at heart. Young in terms of his age, but his maturity on the rugby field cannot be questioned. Looks so calm and composed. And the Bulls, for the moment, have this game under control here at 48 to 21. When it looked like Benetton had a sniff, the Bulls nullified that completely as Chris Smith puts it high. It's hanging, it's loose. It's Nizam Kar who picks up the loose ball. Willie LaRue at first 5. Looks to find some space. But a wonderful covering from Reno Smith there. Ruan Nokia couldn't hold on to it in the air. And we're into the last quarter here. Benetton have a mountain to climb. Good news if you're a Lions fan, no doubt. Ruan Nokia went up for that one. He just couldn't hold on to it. The Bulls still in the lead. Comfortably here at Loftus. The fans cheering their home side on here. Now it's all about points difference. They don't want to concede another try. And the Lions will, of course, be hoping Benetton don't get a bonus point try. Should they get their 4th try, they've got 3 converted tries at the moment. We won't be seeing too many penalties at goal for the 3 here, not in the context of how this game is going. The Bulls all over that ball there. But Benetton still in possession, looking to work themselves up to the Bulls 22 here. Brex feeds Mendy. It's all a little bit narrow at the moment. It's Brex again, charging over the advantage line and over the 22. It's another loose pass. The Bulls have an opportunity here. Playing under a scrum advantage, it's Nizam Kar to Chris Smith, driving Benetton right back. And they're forced to kick it. It's into touch. Up to the Bulls, up and over into the Bulls. 10-meter mark there on this left-hand touch line. Eight tries, plays 3. Was the Bulls who started strong with 4 tries early on to take a very comfortable lead. Onisi Rotave then got one back. The Bulls came back with another try of their own, and just before half-time, it was Gianni Lucchesi who managed to keep the score at bay at 31 points to 14. They got one in the second half via their scrum off, but the Bulls have kept coming back, scoring at regular intervals. Had it not been for their mishaps at the conversion attempts, the Bulls could have been well clear at the moment. Only 4 out of the 8 tries have been converted. 50% kicking record, as opposed to 100%, 3 out of 3. For Benetton, their problem has been getting into the right areas of the field. As it goes high, Chris Smith gathers the ball. Willie LaRue to Kurt Lee Orense. Can he find himself in possession of the ball? It's knocked on and it's advantage Zanon comes away with it. Benetton in possession now. Mendy up and up onto the Bulls 10-meter mark here. Benetton have all the playing to do. Ratave, Onisi Ratave's got a try of his own. Is this try number 4? It could potentially be. It is try number 4. Not good news for the Lions, but for Benetton. Still keeping themselves in the fight here. It's Halafihi, the replacement, who's come on to score in this left-hand corner. The Bulls concede their 4th try here, and that has been a topic of discussion, no doubt, to Jake White and management, how they can restrain the opposition just a little bit more than conceding so many points. Last week, they had a comfortable lead. It was the Glasgow Warriors who really put pressure on the Bulls towards the end there. They just managed to hold on for the win. But conceding 25, 30 plus points again is always going to be difficult. If you want to go on and lift the trophy, you look at the likes of Leinster, who they could potentially meet in a semi-final. They will punish you, but it's Reno Smith, who's been exceptional from the kicking tee. Makes no mistake. It's 4 out of 4. Benetton up to 28 points. It's 48 points to 28 here, Loftus. Ambrose Papier did all he can, but he just couldn't stop Halafihi from going over there. As the Bulls restart via Chris Smith. Massive kick from Benetton in response there, forcing the Bulls back deep into their own half. As we see the Bulls looking to make a couple of replacements, there's only about 13 minutes left. Is this game set and won for the Bulls? I wouldn't rest on it just yet. Benetton now starting to play in the right areas of the field. Grobler to feed for the Bulls to Ulrich Lowe. As the Bulls look for a driving maul, Grobler has it controlled at the back. Looking to feed Papier, who puts it high. Wonderful chase from Kurt Lee Orense. Halafihi, the try scorer, takes it off. His scrum off there, the replacement. Babisi. Chris Smith takes the kick comfortably as Benetton look to force the Bulls back. They want to keep this under control, the Bulls here. It's Papier who shapes again from the base. Benetton looking to attack from inside their own half here. Billy LaRue just shepherding the ball all the way over the dead ball line, and an unforced error. Very costly for Albornoz there. Has had a couple of good kicks out of hand, but on this occasion, just too much weight and the experience of Billy LaRue to let it ride over the dead ball line will give the Bulls a scrum opportunity. all the way up from where you kicked that ball. We're on the 10-meter mark, centre field here, with just a little over 10 minutes to go. It's a scrum down to the Bulls, and it's Ambrose Papier to feed. Penalty to the Bulls. The referee on the spot there, penalising the replacement, Aminu of Benetton. Collapsing, says the referee, and we see a whole host of replacements waiting to come on for the Bulls. Chris Smith puts it into touch. The replacement fly off. We're just about on the 22 on this left-hand touchline. The Bulls want another try. They want points difference here to matter here at Loftus. Then, of course, they have the all-important game against the Sharks to close off the round-robin stage of the URC. Taking 5 points here. Vitally important. Job not done yet as Krobler has it at the back of the maul. In possession, the Bulls here. Inching their way forward into the 22. Ambrose Papier waits to collect the ball. It's Smith. It's into space, but it's well gathered. Well read there. And Reno Smith looks to put it all the way downfield. Into touch, and we're all the way up and over halfway. He's had a wonderful afternoon. Kicked all his goal kicks or conversions. The South African, as I mentioned, well settled in at Benetton, but Benetton, the sands of time running out for them now. 48 points to 28. 3 scores, the Bulls are clear here. Fed by the Bulls in 1 on halfway, the line out. Papier shapes at the base here. Not as much distance as he would have liked, but Nizam Khan nonetheless gets the ball in the air. Benetton tried to wrestle that ball clear. It was an effective tackle. Not rolling away, says the referee. And the Bulls will have a penalty here. And the decision here is for Chris Smith. Would you believe it, to go for the 3 points? The Bulls want to hit a half a century. Illegally in that ruck, Benetton there, and this the opportunity now to put the Bulls more than 3 converted tries clear. Will he have a better afternoon off the tee here, Chris Smith? Is sailing, it's over! 51 plays 28 in favour of the Vodacom Bulls. And that should be just enough to get them over the line. With a little over 6 minutes to play here in this game. Benetton will have the restart now. Time has just about run out for them. They've got the all-important bonus point try, which in fact will go a long way for them. It's knocked on again there from Ruan Nokia. Just a little disappointed with himself there. Ruan Nokia not gathering the restart cleanly there. It's going to be a scrum down to Benetton. Just between the Bulls' 10-meter mark and 22. 5 meters in from this right-hand touchline. Here come Benetton. They're looking for try number 5. They're not done yet. Keeping their shape on attack, but the Bulls also keeping their shape on defense here. Benetton go charging up via the replacement prop forward, Aminu. Bricks hit hard in the tackle. Advantage, says the referee, to Benetton. They've got a free play here. Looking to up the tempo. Marco van Staden trying to get over that ball. No advantage, says the referee, as they play quickly here. Is a call. Benetton on the brink of try number 5. They're only 2 meters out. Can the Bulls hold out here? Wonderful defense from Currie Orense amongst others. But here's a try, surely now. Yes, it is. And the Bulls conceding again over 30 points in a game. Jake White will not be a satisfied man, although they've scored 51. Just conceding too many. Not staying linked up in defense. And over for the try. Try number 5. Go Benetton there via Zenon. Up to 33 with the conversion to come. Reno Smith kicked exceptionally well all afternoon. Can he add his 5th conversion of the afternoon here? 51, plays 33. Can he add the extra 2? Eyes locked in on the post. Eyes locked in on the ball. It's Reno Smith. It's sailing. It's over. Wonderful, wonderful work there from Benetton to fight their way right through up until the 80th minute here. They had to negate that early lead from the Bulls, scoring 4 unanswered tries, but have come back strongly since then. It's only a 16-point game now. Time, though, just not on their side as Currie Orense looks to chase the kickoff. But it's Halafihi who takes it comfortably. They're just inside the 22. But they have to play from deep, surely. Can the Bulls get caught out on defense here? It's Reno Smith. They're up to the 10-meter mark now, making meters. They've got to play now. Aminu, the replacement prop forward, is brought to ground. Halafihi trying to speed things up. In possession still on the 10-meter mark of the Bulls. It's Grobler who manages to break away for the Bulls here. It's going to be a penalty to the Bulls, says the referee. It's going to be a victory for the Bulls here at Loftus, but not as pretty as they would have liked at 51 points to 35. Just over a minute to go. What decision do the Bulls make here? Are they going to ride out the clock? Kick into touch. I'm not sure that 3 points will matter really that much, considering the time on the clock. They're going to put it into touch. See out this game in this left-hand corner. 5 meters out from the try line of Benetton. Grobler to feed. It's Elrich Lowe who breaks away. Ball in hand, they're only a meter out. Can the Bulls get try number 9? It's a try festival here at Loftus. Johannes to Grobler. Johannes again. The Bulls want to finish this game on their terms. Surely they can. Nokia takes it up. As the Bulls will finish this game on their terms. It's Grobler who gets over for the try. Make that 56 points to 35 with the conversion to come. But it's Johan Grobler who will have the final say in terms of tries. Can Chris Smith have the final say in terms of the conversion? But what a festival of rugby we've had here at Loftus Versfeld. The Bulls will be satisfied with the 5 points, no doubt. But in as far as conceding 35 points in 5 tries for that matter, that's a topic of discussion I'm sure Jake White and management will have with the side in the week to come. As Chris Smith lines up the conversion, we're well over the 80-minute mark here. This will be it. Takes one last look at the post. Pulls it left, and it's been a rather average display off the kicking tee from all the kickers involved. Irrespective, the Bulls take it by 56 points to 35 here at Loftus. To the fans who've tuned in, it's been an absolute pleasure. Stay tuned for more rugby on Forever Rugby and Forever Sports in the URC this weekend, this afternoon. But from myself, until next time, I say bye for now.